Good morning, everyone. My name is Kevin Vasudevan, and it's a true honor to deliver this speech to you today. So, lately, I had a thought about how such crucial problems are just hidden in plain sight. One problem to be specific: addiction. Now, there are addictions that vary from thing to thing. Let's start off with something pretty simple and relatable to all of us. Have you ever told yourself, just 5 more minutes? 5 more minutes scrolling, watching, refreshing until suddenly an hour passes by. Yeah, me too. That small hit of happiness we get when we see a notification or a new funny reel is the effect of dopamine. It's a chemical reaction that happens in your brain which tells you, hey, that felt good, do it again. Now, here's the problem that arises with that. When we rely on dopamine and such quick entertainment, we have expectations for instant gratification. The fix for this is pretty simple. Listen to your parents' advice, put your phone down, go outside, touch some grass, and have a real conversation. Because these small things that take more effort and productivity give you more dopamine than your phone ever could, while having a lot more meaning behind it. Now, this is an addiction we all live with in our daily lives and know plenty about. Beneath this are much deeper waters. Let's talk about the addiction to drugs and narcotics. According to the World Drug Report, there are 300 million drug users worldwide. This ranges from users with substance use disorder and communities being affected by drug trafficking. Why is this? Drugs give you the euphoria of pleasure. They give you an alternated sense of reality and a calm sense of energy. This leads to the masses of civilians falling under its addiction. The problems following this are horrid. In 2019, according to WHO, 600,000 deaths were caused due to drugs. 120,000 of these deaths were due to drug and opioid overdose. Addiction to drugs is a serious, serious problem and cannot be taken lightly. So, let's dive into one final thing. What do we think is addiction? According to Google's definition, it is the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance or activity. See, that's not really helpful. We often think of addiction as a gradual slide, but hidden within that slow decline is a moment of no return, a tipping point. It's a moment where one drink to handle stress becomes two, one pill to numb the pain becomes the whole packet. One more round of gambling leads to a night you don't remember, but your wallet and bank account definitely does. Eventually, you start to realize the thing that gave you relief, made you see stars in your room, made you $10,000 in a lucky spin, is slowly starting to become something you can't live without. And the cruel part, it doesn't feel like you're falling. It feels like you're coping. You start lying to yourself, oh, I'm fine, I can handle it, it's not that bad. But slowly, it starts affecting your life, your relationships, your very own identity. This is when you start rewiring your brain. It becomes a world you see the lens, it becomes a lens you see the world through. The true issue is when your coping mechanism becomes your core problem. Now, we often think of recovery as something we can just take a U-turn and go back the same path we came down for addiction. That is not true. The path to recovery is harder and steeper, but it is possible. I want to tell you a story that's very personal to me. Before I was born, my dad, an amazing man, he was a chain smoker. Not one cigarette a day, not here and there. Up to 5 packets a day. The house reeked of tobacco. Every problem led to one more cigarette, and sometimes, from what I've heard, they even replaced his meals. Then, my wonderful older sister was born, and my dad stopped for the betterment of both of them. But addiction has its funny ways of slipping back into your life. Slowly, he started again. Few years go by, and my dad tells my mom, I want another child as amazing as our daughter. This time, my mom decided to give him a true ultimatum. Packets of cigarette and Marlboro or our family. And that day, my father made a life-changing decision. He never touched a cigarette again, all for the betterment of our family. Something that truly inspired me. Now, when I heard that story, I thought it was a miracle, proof that love can conquer anything. But I grew up to realize that that's not the same case for everyone. Recovery, for a lot of people, isn't a single heroic moment. It's 1,000 small failures and 1,000 attempts until it finally starts to stick. Recovery is building a whole new road. And to build that new road, you need the willpower to spread out the cement, paint in the lines, and finally walk down it. Willpower that my father and multiple other people have showcased. Now, one thing we get confused about recovery is that we think recovery is sobriety. Partially, that is true. But the true recovery from addiction is connection. Connection to purpose, connection to people, connection to something bigger than yourself. This is when you truly start to heal. We often think as addiction being loud, evident. But sometimes it can be a happy face at dinner table waiting to take the next hit. Sometimes it can look like the most successful person on the outside, but it's full of chaos in the inside. Addiction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care how strong you are or how smart you are. It finds cracks in your armor and it slips in. So, here's what I want you to remember. If you or someone you love is struggling, you are not weak. You are not broken. You are a human. And the greatest power humans have been blessed by is that humans can heal. So the next time you reach out for your phone, never mind that, you reach out for another puff of vape, a cigarette, another drink, a round of gambling, take a pause and think to yourself, is this slowly consuming me? Because that one moment could be the difference between living a life in unrecoverable debt, having problems like lung cancer, or worst of all, ending up dead on your bedroom floor with foam running down your face due to overdose, being a nightmare for your loved ones, or rather, be the tipping point to have a prosperous and happier life. I hope we all leave here today realizing the true depths of our addictions. But furthermore, and most importantly, understanding and fathoming that every one of us here, every human, have been blessed with the willpower to fight against it. I hope everyone the best. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.